Hey, it's Steve King here for CanadianBodybuildingRadio.com, and I'm sitting here once again with my co-host Ron Partlow, and this is the second installment in the Road to Nationals feature, starring Ron Partlow, of course. And today, what are we going to train today, Ron?
Well, this is arms. I do arms on Wednesday, so I like to have the same schedule every week so that I always know what days I have off, and I always know what day legs is going to fall on, and that sort of thing. So the schedule I'm keeping for the last couple years has been chest and calves on Monday, quads and hams on Tuesday, arms on Wednesday, Thursday off, and then on Friday I've been training shoulders and calves again, and then on Saturday is just back by itself, and then Sunday off. So that's the schedule I've pretty much been using for the last few years, and I really like it. It's really good for planning things, and I find I always need a day off after I do the 3 days in a row, and then Sunday's nice to have off after training back. So it works really well for me.
Cool. So we're about 5.5 weeks out from the Nationals here. Looks like you've leaned up quite a bit since our last video that we shot at 8 weeks. See a little ab shot there. Looks like you're well on schedule.
Yeah, things are starting to come. So
cool. We're doing bicep curls now. Is this something that you normally always do in your bicep workouts, or?
I've got 6 or 8 exercises, I guess, for bis, and 6 or 8 for tris that I kind of like to pick 3 or 4 from each workout, just depending on how I'm feeling that day. I might do a little bit more volume. I've been having a real pain in my arm. I got pinched nerve in my forearm for about the last year. I've been dealing with it, so it's kind of hindered my selection on triceps a bit, but my bicep workouts haven't been hindered at all. So
yeah, I noticed you've been doing a lot of rope exercises for triceps in the gym lately. Is that the reason why? Yeah, we'll see that later in the video.
I have to do press downs with a rope right now, and I have to hold the rope in a certain way, but as long as I do that, I'm pain free. So I think it just needs a little bit of rest, but I only got 5 more weeks to go, so I don't think it's too big of a deal right now.
Right. And after we posted our last video there, you mentioned you were 330 pounds this year in the off season, and we've been getting a lot of feedback on that, a few emails and stuff of guys wondering, did we hear that right? 330 pounds, and what does your diet look like for a 330 pound bodybuilder, and how does that compare to your contest diet?
I eat pretty clean. Obviously at that body weight, I'm having a little bit of junk in there, usually 1 meal a day of kind of whatever I want, but even when I eat whatever I want, it's a restaurant meal of steak and pasta or something like that. I don't eat fast food. Very, very rarely would I eat fast food. So junk meal for me is a restaurant meal, but even then it's still steak or something like that. But for the most part, I was getting up in the morning and having a big shake with whey protein and peanut butter and fruit and oatmeal in it, and I was having that shake a couple times a day, and a big shake after working out with whey protein and a good carb powder of some kind. But the rest of the meals were steak and pasta, steak and rice, chicken and rice, that sort of stuff. So pretty basic bodybuilding food, a little bit of fruit, and just keep it simple. But it was really pushing in the big meals. I'd have 12 ounces of steak and 2 cups of rice at a meal, right? So, and I don't have a naturally big appetite, so to eat enough food to get to 330 was really, really hard to do. And the last couple weeks before the diet started, I was just itching to get dieting because I wanted to eat less.
It's almost a chore to eat that much.
Yeah, it was a chore. So some guys can I have friends that are half my size, or they don't even train, and they can just demolish me at buffets. I have 1 big plate of food at a buffet, and I'm pretty done. So I have to eat really frequently because I can't put in a lot at 1 meal.
Right. Okay.
And then shift into the contest diet. It's steak, chicken, fish, whey protein, and for carbs it's oatmeal and rice pretty much. So that's what Chad has me using this year, which is pretty similar to what I've always done. So
pretty much the staples in every bodybuilding diet, eh?
Yeah.
Nothing too dramatic.
No.
Right on. So as far as supplements go, do you take supplements in the off season and dieting as well? Just a protein shake, or you add in other things? Or
I keep it pretty simple. I'm sponsored by BioX, so they're really good to me. I use the BioX Whey Isolate all year long. I've used their fusion powder a little bit too. That's the one that has the casein blend in it, but mostly just Whey Isolate because I find it just easier to take the isolate. I digest it really well. So, and then I also use like a vitamin pack and vitamin C, and I take a tablespoon of Udo's oil every day, or some sort of essential fat every day. And in off season I get it through my diet a little bit more, but I do take fish oil capsules in the morning right now and stuff like that. So keep it pretty simple. Chad's got a list of vitamins and minerals that I haven't normally used, so he's got a list of stuff that he wants me taking. So, I take zinc right now. I've never taken that before. So, just little things like that. So, keep it pretty simple though.
Okay. As far as the contest diet goes, I know you're a pretty big believer in keeping sodium in the diet pretty much all the way up to the day of the show, and even on the day of the show. Is that something you've always incorporated, or?
Well, I think when I started out, I did what everyone seems to do, where they would pull their sodium out at the end of the diet, real drastic cut. And I never really liked what happened to my body when I would do that. And then I did a couple years where I just kept the sodium low the whole diet. And then when I hooked up with Scott Abel back in 2004, that was one of the reasons why I hired him, was because I believed sodium was important, and I wanted to, I guess, learn how to keep it in. I had a hard time doing it myself, so I just wanted someone to tell me to keep it in, and I knew Scott would. So, the years I worked with Scott, he kept my sodium really high, and I really liked what it did to my physique, how I felt during the diet. I got way better pumps, way better digestion. I was more hydrated all the time. I feel like it's important to have sodium in your diet. I feel that it has a positive metabolic effect. I think it's far more essential than some people realize, and that's one of the reasons why you hear guys who pull their sodium out right before the show. They yank it all out real drastic, and then they say they can't get full no matter how much they eat. And that's because nothing can get into the cell without sodium being present. So no matter how much they carb load or whatever, it's going to be very hard for them to get any sort of filling effect. So Chad definitely has me using sodium. He doesn't like to boat load it, but I still have it in there. I use a bit of ketchup on all my meals, and I drink Diet Pop, and I don't have to worry about the little things like that. So I do believe it's important, and I make sure all my clients keep it in their diet as well.
Cool. So I guess we'll find out now what everybody's what Ron's listening to here on his iPod.
Oh yeah,
looks like a lot of AC/DC.
Yeah, well, I got about 2 gigs of AC/DC on there. That's just, I don't know, that's just a staple for me. I've always trained to good hard rock. It's got to have a good beat to it, something that keeps you going. And old Metallica, stuff like that. I got a lot of that sort of stuff on there. And
all 80s metal stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot of heavy hard music. Some Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, I don't see any techno on there.
No, there's no techno, no country, no dance music, none of that crap. So yeah,
is that what we can expect from your posing music this year?
Yeah, I'm always afraid to let someone else do my music for me in case they put something I hate in there. So yeah, I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to use, but I'll come up with something.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. 5.5 weeks to go. I guess everybody will stay tuned. This is only part 2 of our road to the Nationals. What do you want to shoot next? Maybe a leg day?
Yeah, it would have been nice to get on a leg day when when I was 300 pounds pushing the bigger weights. But maybe we'll do a 4-week out leg day, and might not be the biggest weights on there, but people can see the form and the intensity that I keep up. So yeah, it'll be good to do. Get something on record anyways.
Cool. Okay, stay tuned everyone. CanadianBodybuildingRadio.com.